The kings of ancient Egypt were called Pharaoh. They ruled Egypt about 3,000 years ago. They considered themselves to be the most powerful humans on earth. They built pyramids as testament of their greatness. Though many pharaohs ruled Egypt, but the most powerful, the greatest and the most cited pharaoh was the King Rameses II. He was the first person whose passport was made in 20th century. In this video, we would shortly find the story and background of the King Rameses passport. The King Rameses II was the third pharaoh of the dynasty of Egypt. He died by drowning at the age of 90 after ruling for decades. Many years after his death, his corpse was found by a man on the beach. The dead body was taken to the palace of that age, where it was preserved as they did with other pharaohs. Hundreds of years passed, and the mummies of ancient Egyptian kings began to be discovered. These are the most important and valuable archaeological discoveries in the world. In the ancient times, great kings were buried with precious jewelry and other golden items. Therefore, thieves of Egypt used to wander around in search of this stuff. They steal them and sell them illegally. One of those thieves, named Ahmed Abdul Rasul, was also wandering along the Nile in search of such a thing when he found a secret passage there. He started digging with hope that he would surely find something, but before he could find anything, he was caught by some people and handed over to the police. However, his attempted theft provided the world with the most important discoveries of the ancient Egyptian pharaohs. When archaeological experts dug out the way to find what's inside, they found several mummies of pharaohs, including Rameses II. These were well preserved and were in a good condition. All were taken to the museum. Thousands of people around the world visited Egypt to see these mummies. In 1975, a French doctor named Maurice Bucaille also visited the Cairo Museum to examine the mummy. He found it in poor condition. It was suffering from a fungal infection. The doctor told his government about the poor condition of the mummy. French president at time requested Egyptian authorities to send the mummy to France for treatment. Egyptian authorities agreed to send the mummy. However, there was a problem in transporting the mummy to France. According to French laws, a corpse cannot be shifted to France without a passport. So the passport of Rameses II was issued. The King Rameses II became the first man in the world whose passport was issued 3,000 years after his death. In 1976, the mummy landed at Paris airport and then taken to a laboratory where it was thoroughly tested by the top scientists. After necessary treatment and eliminating fungi and insects, the mummy of Rameses II was returned from France to Egypt in 1977. The mummy is now on display at the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization along with 17 other kings and 4 queens. Hopefully you would have enjoyed this video. See you next time with more interesting stuff.